Hello and welcome to CMA Minds. This is a costing paper, CMA Final Paper 15, Strategic Cost Management and Decision Making. So the segregation of marks in the costing paper is divided into three categories. Section A is the cost management, which carries around 20% of marks, and section B carries around 50% of marks, which includes the decision making techniques, standard costing, activity based costing, and the marginal costing. So this is a very important topic is like to section B, and section B which section C which carries around 30% of marks, which includes operations research. So this is the segregation of marks in the costing paper. We will explain the different examples given in our institute manual. After that, we will include some additional problems from each topic. So in the section A, which includes life cycle costing, target costing, Kaizen costing, and value analysis and value engineering, throughput costing, like that we have different topics in section A. So when we start with life cycle costing, so like what is life cycle costing? It is like ascertainment of cost of a product or a project over a period of life. So in the life cycle costing, the important topic is product life cycle. So to give you some example on like what is like the product life cycle, the humans have a life cycle, right? From kid to boy and a matured person to a old man. So like humans, the products also have a life cycle. So it is divided into four categories. It is introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So for every product, these four phases are compulsory. So so okay, when you see the graph here, so okay, when the time is increases and the sales volume is in the y-axis, the product life cycle has like four stages I explained as introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. So when there is a new product at the type of like maturity, it may lead to a new product by like a product expansion, or the product may die at the declining stage. So we have different examples we can see in the product life cycle. If you see the mobile phones, like previously we used to have only landlines. After that, these mobile phones came to picture. Like first we used to use only the like smaller mobiles which have only the keypads. Now, okay, we are using the like keypad mobiles to digital mobiles. So okay, like that the product like will have a continuous change, and there is a change in the phases. So if you see the television, like previously we used to have only black and white television. Now it is turned to color television. Yeah, and after that the new products came like LCDs or LEDs. Like that, the products like will change its phases. Like similarly, we have cars also. We have different models of cars. Okay, from the beginning to and in the 1900th century, we used to have old cars. Now it is converted into petrol cars. After that, it is diesel cars, and now it is electric cars. Okay, like that, it will change its phases. The key reasons for the change of the product life cycle is advancement of technology, or it is maybe due to the change in the customer preferences. These are the two key reasons for a product has a changes phases. So if you see the like PLC of Maruti 800, the product life cycle of Maruti 800, it was started in 1983 at the initial stage, or at the introduction stage, and it reaches its growth stage in 1987, and and at the like maturity stage in 1997, and it's at the declining stage after 2003. These are the so like when you see the declining stage, the reasons may be due to the heavy competition from item or Spark, okay, drastic decrease in the sales, and withdrawn from 13 cities, including the metros. So these are the different reasons for declining of the sales for Maruti 800. So these are the reasons for that. So let us see the different parameters in the each PLC. So as I said earlier, introduction stage, growth and maturity and decline. Okay, these are the first, second and third and fourth phases. So in the initial stage, or at the introduction stage, the sales volume will be lower, and at the okay, and at the second stage, if you see or the growth stage, it will be high, and at the maturity stage it will be flattering, and it will be moderate at the declining stage. Okay, this is the behavior of the sales volume for the product in different stages of the product life cycle. So if you see the price also, so at the introduction stage, the sales volume will be lower, and at the same time the price will be higher, and at the growth stage it will be the high, and at the maturity stage it will be moderate, and at the declining stage it will be low. So the price of the product will be highest at the introduction stage, and it will be low at the declining stage. Okay, okay, like that we can see the promotional expenses, audience, market and competition. So if you see the competition at the introduction stage, the competition will be very low because there will be less players in the market. So when you see the growth stage, it will be moderate, and if you see the maturity and decline, it will be high and moderate. Okay, so these are the different phases. If you see the profits, it will be nil at the introduction, and it is high at the growth, and it will be low at the declining stage. So these are the different phases, and the behavior of the product under different parameters. So we will see the next one is importance of the product life cycle costing. It is a time-based analysis, because costs and revenues can be analyzed by over the period of time. So if you see the price or the sales volume at the introduction stage, and at the declining stage, how the cost is behaving, so that we can see the changes in different phases. So it also helps for overall cost analysis, and also for the effective pricing decisions. So so if it is the like the first stage of the product, so the price will be lower, and if the like sales volume is slowly increasing, we can increase the prices also. So it will help for better decision making, and it because if it is at the declining stage, if any product is at the declining stage, obviously we have to reduce the prices, right? So it helps for the better decision making, and it is helpful for the long run, and at the same time it also helpful for life cycle budgeting, and it is also for reviewing the costs at different phases. So this is about the product life cycle costing, and we will see the different problems which is given in our material in our next video. Thank you.